Set up another Bifrost just in case. Sun Wukong uses his ultimate. We're going to go ahead and just stick to this Milan. We're able to get the pick onto her. We are a group of 5. Sobek is in left. I think Sol is a much better target in middle lane. We're going to rotate or turn and try to focus our attention on her. We get the knockup. She uses her beads and her sanctuary. We're going to go ahead and yeet her into space, but Tsukuyomi is able to get the pick. 2 people on the left. We're going to start rotating that way. We did walk over the Gold Fury, so they know that we're coming because they got the oracles. 2 people over here. We're able to get the basics off onto the Camazots. Now we're going to rotate behind the purple buff, see if we can clean up the Sobek as well. Tsukuyomi is able to get the pick, and now we should be able to push this tower. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Heimdallr as carry. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, the best part about Heimdallr's kit is being able to yeet people into space. But on a real note, Heimdallr is a pretty safe hunter due to his 3. He does not have a traditional dash, but his Bifrost allows him to get around the map pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and review Heim's abilities. Heim's 1, he's going to throw his sword up into the air, and it's going to act like a ward, revealing all enemies within a unit. Heim can then cast this ability again to make the sword come down and deal damage on a small circle. Heim's 2 is his Gjallarhorn. It's going to be a cone attack with a circle around Heimdallr. As you damage enemies with the tick damage, it is going to slow them and decrease their attack speed. While Heim is channeling this ability, he's immune to knockups and knockbacks. If Heim cancels this ability early or lets it times out, the inner circle around Heim is going to knock back enemies. So on this ability there is tick damage from the cone, and then there's knockback damage from the inner circle. And right away I'm playing with my friend Preston Penn, and he says his controller is just absolutely dead. So we're going to use our 2 on the wave. We get stunned by Cupid, trying to avoid the Sobek. So as we can see, Cthulhu is basic attacking away. I think his right trigger was just completely broken. So we gotta treat him like he's a complete potato until he can figure that out. And we gotta assume that it's really just a 1v2 in this lane. So Heim's 3, he's going to be able to place a portal. You need 2 portals to be able to go between them. You line between the 2 portals, or whenever you create 2 portals, here you go. There goes Preston. Unfortunately, he goes down. I don't think he could walk correctly, and I don't think he could basic attack correctly. So we are just going to sit under tower, play pretty defensively, and farm up. The Bifrost, Heim's going to place 2 portals. The distance between the 2 portals is going to create a vision line, so anybody who walks in between or over that line, you're going to reveal them. If Heim places a portal at his fountain, and then he places a second portal, portal B, at his tower, if Heim hops into portal B under the tower, he'll take him straight to the fountain. If Heim places portal C in front of the tower and gets in C, it's going to take him to B. So it's a first in, first out method. As you place one, the oldest one that's been on the map is going to disappear. So with this ability, you do not really want to use this ability to go to lane, and I'll tell you why. At level 1, the cooldown for this ability is pretty long, and the cooldown is also set. Oh no, we got plucked right here. We're going to use our beads. We set up a portal. Luckily, we were able to get out right there. Very close to going down. So, the further the distance between the 2 nodes of your 3, the longer the cooldown is going to be. So if you just teleport from one side of the lane to the other side of the lane, it's going to be maybe 20-30 second cooldown, but if you teleport from fountain to lane, that could be a 2-minute cooldown, which is a very long time to not have any kind of escape. So we have Cthulhu back in our lane. He's able to cast an ability this time, so that's a good sign. I think he said his controller was fixed, or he changed controller, so I think he should be good now, other than the fact that he's under leveled. So I think he's going to go start on purple. I'm going to clear the wave. Purple's not there. He gets plucked. I hope he has a dash, because there's really not a whole lot we're going to be able to do. We kind of make a play for the Cupid, but the Cupid is able to get the pick onto the Cthulhu. They were about to turn onto me, and minions were there, so I used my portal to teleport back to tower, and that buys me a little bit of time and gets me out. Heimdallr's ultimate. Heim is going to become CC immune and charge forward. If he connects with an enemy god, he is going to yeet them into the sky. It's going to send them through the realms of Muspelheim and Niflheim before returning back to the battleground at a random location in front of him. So, it's not a random location. If you ult somebody with Heim and you look left, the portal will appear left. You can kind of control where they land based on where you're looking. So, the Niflheim slow is going to be 25%. There's going to be hit damage, the initial hit damage. Then there's going to be wall hit damage, which happens while you're in space. The Muspelheim damage. And the travel duration is 4 seconds. We're going to go ahead and clear up this wave. We're still waiting to get enough money for Transcendence. Because Heim has a really strong escape, we're going to try to get Transcendence online before it boots this game. So Heim's passive. If Heim gets vision on an enemy god, he's going to gain additional power, 2% per stack, and it can stack up to 5 times. Another thing is that whenever an enemy god would disappear from stealth, Heimdallr continues to see them for 4 seconds, and Heimdallr's critical strikes only deal 70% bonus damage instead of the 100% bonus damage. Not entirely sure on that. But we have enough money for our Transcendence. We were able to avoid the Cupid ult. They are able to get Cthulhu again. It's very unfortunate, but he had a pretty rough start to this game, and I feel like they're just punishing him for it. So right here we do have our ultimate. We know that Sobek does not have beads. That probably would have been a good time to ult him, to be honest. Send him back into tower. 3 people here, so we're gonna fall back.
No challenger can hide
We're
from
gonna clean up the minions. Looks like they're retreating. We have 2 people in mid. Should probably make a call out in game saying to retreat middle lane. Unfortunately, I did not do that.
Be right back. Enemy missing left.
Help!
Enemy missing left.
Friends don't be friends.
Yep, there's the 3-man collapse that I should have called out. Called it out pretty late, and I should have said retreat middle lane, not just enemy missing left. So we are going to go ahead and back. We have enough money for our Transcendence. And we didn't have any minions stalled in lane. So I feel like all around, good time to back. We're going to pick up 3 health potions and 2 mana potions. We want to exist in this lane for a while so we can get our stacks online and hopefully accumulate enough money to get our boots online. Our purple is up, but I thought it was more important to back and get Transcendence started. So we're going with Hunter's Blessing, and then we're going into Transcendence. Transcendence is going to allow us to stack power and stack mana. It's going to give us 45 power at the start, and we can stack up to 50 times. Each stack is going to give us a little bit of mana, and it's going to convert a percentage of that mana into power. In terms of the leveling abilities, I like to put a point into my 2 for the very first lane clear. Then I like to max out my 1, put a point into my 3 at level 3, and then put points into my ultimate whenever I can. Cupid is missing left, he went mid. I'm going to go ahead and clear my purple camp. So I could rotate mid and try to help out, or I could clear the lane and left. I feel like generally I would want to clear the lane and left, especially since I don't have boots and I'm stacking.
Our allies are
We're
in
going to
trouble.
place a 3, so that way if we need to get out, we can. We cast our 1, get some vision. We go for the knock him up, and I don't know what happened there. That blows my mind. I remember that play. I thought he was knocked up from our thing, so I ulted him. Did he jump over my knock-up? Because it looked like I knocked him up, ulted through him, and he jumped before hitting the ground. Either way, swing and a miss right there. We rotate back left. We're going to clean up the lane. Right now, we really need to set up a 3. We need to set up a Bifrost in case we get pushed because the one in front of our red buff is way too far. That cooldown is going to be too long. It's going to take us a while to actually teleport there. I feel like setting up the Bifrost on Heimdallr is a little detailed, but you want to try to do it as often as possible because it really is your only means of escape. Having to stand in your Bifrost for 2 seconds or having to stand in it for 4 seconds to teleport can make the difference between whether you live or die. So right here, we cast our 1. We do some basic attacks onto the wave. That way we can kind of group them up. We're going to use our beads right here. Is Cupid going to push us? Oh no. We're getting them some basics though. So we're trading with them. Favorable trade for us. He's going to run away, unfortunately. Ooh. Very fortunately, I should say. Thought he was going to get us with that. So he can just kind of heal up in lane if we don't do anything. Let Tsukiyomi's going to rotate. We're just going to step back even. Let Tsukiyomi have fun with it.
Thanks.
We're able to get the pick. I'm going to go get the purple buff with Tsukiyomi. Great rotation from our jungler. We were both very weak. He shows up and we're able to get the pick for our team. I do have to say, I like this skin. It just recently came out from the new moon event, I believe. The Minotaur Heimdallr looks pretty cool.
Enemy missing left.
So we are wearing the purple buff.
begun,
The purple
haven't
buff
you?
is going to reduce the enemy's protections if they're standing near us, and it's also going to increase our attack speed by I believe 15 to 25%. After going into Transcendence, we're going to be going into Ninja Tabi, so that way we can increase our attack speed. I think you could go Warrior Tabi with Heim, but I prefer my attack speed hunters instead of my purely ability based hunters.
Your middle
Clear the
tower
wave,
is
we're going to
under
go ahead and see if we can't rotate onto the soul. Seems a bit adventurous for a rotation. We set up a Bifrost. It's a little far. Soul's going to use her fire thing. So I'm going to start our ability, knock her up. We ult her, she uses her beads. We're going to try to just get her with basics. Tsukiyomi comes in, ults.
Just begun, haven't
Tsukiyomi's able to get the pick. So now we're going to fall back. We rotated mid, we actually set up a pick. Now it's time for us to go clean up our lane. So in this early game, we are really focused on just getting Transcendence online and trying not to miss any farm. Cupid is the same level as us. We've both kind of been making rotations, so it's kind of hard to keep track of who's actually in the lead.
Attack! Attack!
Able to
An
clean up the
enemy
wave.
has been
Cupid
slain.
just went down, so we should have free reign to check and maybe invade his purple. It's not there. We're going to set up a Bifrost. Move towards the tower. Clear the wave. Get some poke onto the tower. I believe his purple's back up now. I swear I just looked at it and on the mini-map I thought it went down, and then I saw a purple buff, so I thought it was back up. Apparently I never cleared it on the mini-map.
Our allies are in trouble.
We got vision of it, so it revealed that it wasn't there on the mini-map. We have our Transcendence fully online, so now we're kind of smacking. Soul is pushing us for some reason. We're going to set up a Bifrost in case things go south. We ult her into space, or yeet her into space, because we just used our ultimate on her in mid, and we knew that she used her beads to avoid it.
Your team has destroyed the right end of the tower.
After going into Ninja Tabi, we are going to be going into Aussie. Aussie is going to be our lifesteal, and it's going to allow us to sustain in the lane
Your left tower
for a
is
while.
under attack. On my way.
Aussie is going to give us some power, it's going to give us some attack speed, it's going to give us 15 penetration, and it's going to give us some lifesteal. So we're just going to teleport up ever so slightly. And just that small distance right there caused it to go on a 20-25 second cooldown.
Time to move.
Oh no, so the enemies are heavy left in the jungle. Sobek is nearby. In fact, we just eat a Sobek ult. He knocks us out. So right here we see 3 people. We're thinking we're going to set up another Bifrost, but we can't. We have to go in the one that we've already set up, or else we're going to lose the point, which was further back. So we are able to use Bifrost to get out of there. We're going to see if we can get a pick onto this Kamazotz.
An enemy has been slain.
Kamazotz goes down, our Cthulhu ult.
They
We're
were
able
born.
to set up that Cthulhu on the Sobek. Soul is here. We swing and miss with our ultimate.
An enemy has been slain.
We can use our 2 to slow her down and get a knockback.
They're both gonna need a
It looks like
hospital.
she is going to be running. It looks like our team was able to clean up fat in left lane. I'm not sure where that Soul went. Sun Wukong is able to get the tower for us. Our purple buff is up. Still don't have enough money for Aussie, so we are going to want to hang out and farm for a bit. We would have to push up really far in left lane to get any minions. We're just going to go from camp to camp, looking to get what I thought was 1350, but we only needed 1300, I should say. More than 13 gold.
Be right
2
back.
people in mid,
Retreat
nobody
to
in
the
left. We're going to go ahead and back, get our Aussie online.
This will do.
Aussie's passive, whenever we fall below a certain health threshold, our lifesteal is going to increase for a few seconds. One of the most important things on Heimdallr that I just completely forgot
They
to
were
mention
warned.
is that Heim has
An
an
ally
attack
has
chain.
been slain.
He has a cleave, heavy, single target hit. So his cleaves do 120
Our allies are
or
in trouble.
1.25 damage.
Help! Help! You've only just
So it's
begun,
1.25, 1.25, and then 1.5. So his final hit is not a cleave, and it's going to be a single target, and it's going to deal additional damage. I think we win this trade with Sobek. So we are going to just fight into him. We have a teammate rotating in as well. So Wukong's able to get a stun. We're able to get the pick.
Fight like Sobek.
So now we're going to start moving with our team. We don't have full health, so we do want to try to lifesteal off some jungle camps. Mulan's nearby. We're going to go ahead and make sure she can't get the oracles for free. She kind of just gives up, so we're going to go ahead and claim those bad boys. Rotate to mid. Waking up with our Tsukiyomi. Might be a decent team fight of brewing right here. We're going to throw up our 1, try to get vision. Bad target selection. We go for the Soul instead of the Mulan. Mulan was tearing us up, and right there I realized my Bifrost was way too
An
far.
enemy has been slain.
We're going to go ahead and have to back. I don't know why. Okay, I guess we're hitting purple camp. Leaving our team in mid to handle the team fight. We're going to go ahead and back.
They were warned.
After going into Aussie, we're going to be going into Rage. Being able to crit on cleaves can be very
We need to
helpful.
help our friends.
And what do I mean by a cleave? I mean if a group of enemies or minions are standing close together and we throw our basic, it's going to hit the group of them and do a small AoE damage. We're going to set up the Bifrost, keep pushing up mid.
Attack, fire giant!
Yep, we could totally go for Pyromancer
On my
right
way.
here. If they're just going to sit under their tier 2 tower, that should give us plenty of time to go for the Pyromancer. Maybe the enemy team will step into the jungle and kind of overstep, and we might be able to get a pick right here. Cupid hits us with this one. We do not know if it's going to stun us, so we just kind of fall back. Our SeanyB is getting pushed hard by the Camazots. He ran
Friends
towards
don't
mid
leave
lane. It's going to
friends
take me a
behind.
second to loop around safely towards mid lane. With the Sun Wukong in mid, looks like most of our team left the jungle.
Be right back.
They could be going Fire Giant. I didn't think they were healthy enough. Plus Soul's still in mid. 3 people in mid. And Camazot's here. They're definitely not going Fire Giant. We're going to knock up Camazot. We're going to yeet him into space. Throw up R1 and cause the one to cast as soon as he lands. And we're able to get the pick onto the Camazots.
You were so good out there.
So I like to max out the 1, and doing that kind of opens me up for a few combos. With Heim, if you use your 2 and knock back an enemy,
Middle lane.
the time it takes for them to get knocked back and land back down, you can aim your 1 and cause the sword to come back down to where they can't dodge the ability. Being able to knock them up and then have the sword land on them. And then very similar to the ultimate, whenever you yeet somebody into space, you know where they're going to land, so you can set up your 1 and then call your 1 to cast right as they are about to land. And it's pretty much unavoidable damage if you target it or time it right.
Is under attack.
We're going to cast our 1, bit of a team fight going on here. We want to be safe. We don't want to full on just run in there. We're going to kind of hide on that corner. Now this is the part where we're probably way out of position. And we don't have a single Bifrost set up. So if we get engaged on here, we are in trouble. Some good damage onto that Soul. Soul unfortunately chunks me. Oh no. Oh no. They're all on me. The ult, send somebody into space, but
You have been slain.
that causes us to stand still for a second, and Soul
They
is able
were
to creep us
warned.
up. We do have enough money for Rage, so Rage is going to allow us to start
An ally
stacking
has been
crit.
slain.
Every time we get a kill or an assist, we're going to gain more crit chance.
Be careful.
It does not have a lot of power, but if we want to get crit often and get our crit percentage up, Rage is the item to go. Three people in mid. SeanyB and Merlin are kind of the only 2 up there left to defend. Our death was completely preventable. I think if we would have set up a Bifrost in the left jungle,
Need walls.
we would have been able to get out of there. Unfortunately, our Bifrost were still in mid, and we didn't really set up any Bifrost before that team fight. I think I even made a mental note of that in the game, and then I make an effort to set up as many Bifrost as possible. We're going to go ahead and hit this small harpy while Cupid cleans up the old wave. Merlin is rotating in. Cupid probably saw that rotation coming and starts falling back. We're going to head mid. It looks like there's a bit of a team fight brewing in mid.
An enemy has been
We set up a
slain.
Bifrost. We set up another Bifrost.
Time to move.
We want plenty of options on how we get out of here. We use R1. We're able to get the pick onto 1. We get a knock up onto Mulan. We're going to go ahead and ult. Complete swing and a miss onto the Cupid. We try to hit Cupid. He barely gets out. We're going to go ahead and cast R1. Get some damage.
They were warned.
Cthulhu is able to get the pick onto the Mulan. We get some basics onto the Sobek. Right now we have nobody attacking the tower. So we are going to switch our attention to the tower, start working on this. And after the tower, I think we should go for an objective. The 3v2, the Sobek's pretty weak. We might be able to get a pick here. We get stunned by the Cupid one. We're able to teleport back. We set up another portal.
Your right tower under attack.
We make the play for Gold Fury. We're going to set up a ward so we know if they're coming our way.
Your right tower has been destroyed.
They do not pass our ward, so it looks like we're going to be good to get this Gold Fury uncontested. 2 stacks on Rage, 1500 gold in the pocket. That is a Cupid ultimate. We try to use our portal, teleport back just ever so slightly. We're going to set up another portal. That is Cupid dash. We're going to try to go onto him as much as possible. Sun Wukong is able to get the pick onto the Cupid. 3 people still here. I don't know why our team is trying to proxy Gold Fury. I don't think that's the best choice right now.
We need to help our
The
friends.
enemy team is on it, so we're going to try to contest it. Enemy team is able to get it. Soul uses her ultimate. We're going to use our 2. We're going to use our portal, teleport back just behind that wall. That is enough to get us out. We're going to set up another portal. Kamazos is coming onto us. We hit him with a basic. We eat him into space. That should be a dead Kamazos. We're going to go ahead and lifesteal off of this wave and then make our way back to the team fight. Maybe lifesteal off one more wave.
They were warned.
And then head back to the team fight. Might be a little too late, but we are in
An
a
enemy
healthier
has been
position.
slain.
So right now, we just have flat penetration. We do not have any percentage penetration. So the Sobek is pretty tanky. We're still fighting because we have lifesteal, and I think we can lifesteal off of him. We're going to use our 2. Knockup damage is able to get him, and we get the pick onto Sobek. That makes us 6-1-7. Having a pretty good game so far. After going into Rage, we're going to go into Atalanta's bow. Atalanta's bow is going to give us our flat penetration, not our flat, our percentage penetration. And it's also going to give us a little bit of power, a little bit of attack speed. But we really want it for that 20% penetration. And also for its passive. Whenever we get a kill or assist, we're going to get like a half hasten effect. It's going to increase our movement speed.
Group up. Defend right lane.
And remove some of the movement penalties, such as backpedaling, moving side to side and such. Cupid's in the left. We're going to see if we can box him. We're going to use our 2, looking for the knockup. We're able to bait his dash. Sun Wukong is able to follow up, and we're able to get the pick onto the Cupid. So we were able to force his dash, and he dashed just right into one of our teammates. We set up a Bifrost. Set up another Bifrost, just in case. Sun Wukong uses his ultimate. We're going to go ahead and just stick to this Mulan. We're able to get the pick onto her. We are a group of 5. Sobek is in the left. I think Soul is a much better target in middle lane. We're going to rotate or turn and try to focus our attention on her. We get the knockup. She uses her beads and her sanctuary. We're going to go ahead and yeet her into space, but Tsukuyomi is able to get the pick. 2 people on the left. We're going to start rotating that way. We did walk over the Gold Fury, so they know that we're coming because they got the oracles. 2 people over here. We're able to get the basics off onto the Kamazos. Now we're going to rotate behind the purple buff, see if we can clean up the Sobek as well.
An enemy has been slain.
Tsukuyomi is able to get the pick, and now we should be able to push this tower. So the build is really coming together quite nicely. I feel like the core items of Transcendence, Boots, and Aussie, once you have these items, you should feel pretty comfortable in taking most fights. Assuming you're neutral level and such. Oh no, I remember this play. This play is atrocious. I'm like, I'm gonna charge Cupid, no problem. And I just get
There go their dreams.
melted. Did not have a Bifrost close enough for me to teleport out. That was really bad. I like focused Cupid way too hard instead of just focusing onto the Phoenix. I probably threw that for my team right there.
Friends will be friends behind.
Yeah, not the best play in the world. We would have been way better off just focusing the Phoenix. So that buys them a little bit of time. We're going to pick up 2 wards and a sentry ward.
Your right tower is under attack.
If we wanted, we could teleport behind their Phoenix
Your
line
middle
and into
tower
their
is under attack.
Titan throne, but I have no idea why we would want to do that. 4 people in mid, we're going to use our 2, clear the wave, and also slow anybody that's trying to approach. Cthulhu ults, we're waiting for the Cupid ult to expire. That is a Camazot's ult. We're going to throw our 1 out, get some damage onto the Sobek. We're able to get the pick onto the Soul.
Double kill.
We're able to get the pick onto the Sobek.
Oh man. that
We're
was
looking
so
for the
good.
triple, but they're so far ahead of us. We cast our 1. We're able to get a soft triple kill. We're going to yeet Camazot's into space and get a soft quadra kill.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
We are able to get the middle Phoenix, and the enemy team is going to surrender. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps the video out. If you guys like what you saw, please be sure to check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.